Let's go. All right. How y'all doing today? Good. Y'all good? All right. So this is Black History Month, and it's always good to talk Black history because Black history is American history. And so when you're talking Black history, you're talking American history. You're not talking history that stands outside of something. You're talking history that stands within something. And it's important to know this because we're in a day and time where Black history is being suppressed. And when your history is being suppressed, it's always important to know what's going on. Repeat after me: the miseducation of the Negro. Now, this is one of the most profound books ever written right here. It's called The Miseducation of the Negro. And Dr. Carter G. Woodson writes this book in 1933. And in 1933, he says that we are being given a culture that is not our own. We are being given an identity that is not our own in exchange for somebody else's identity. Let me show you what miseducation looks like in real time. Raise your hand if you know Thomas Jefferson. Raise your hand if you heard of Benjamin Franklin. Okay, raise your hand you heard of George Washington. Okay. Before I got here, had you ever heard of Carter G. Woodson? Miseducation in real time. How do you know Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, but nobody teaches you who you are? He says this. Go ahead.
Because they're different skin colors.
All right. Nice, nice. He says this in 1933, and it is still going on to this day. Exactly what he said in 1933. So this is the miseducation. It happens in real time. So I bought several of my books to show y'all when we get into it. But since we're talking Black history, and I'm speaking to students all the time around the country, and what I'm trying to get them to buy into is this concept of creating classroom communities. When you enter a classroom space, you are actually entering a community. The moment you walk through this door, you walk into a community. This is not just a room with a TV. This is not just a space where you look out and see people playing ball. You are actually in a community. And your job in the community is to make the community space as great as it can be. Everybody brings something to the table in a community. In a community, you don't get to come in and bring nothing to the table. In a community, something to the table. Because in community, we can't be great unless you bring what you need to bring. Keep going. So every person has to bring something to the community. So I'm going to read something for you. Now, I'm in the last year of my doctoral program, and every time we go, we have to do what they call a Lectio Divina. And what a Lectio Divina is and now what I want you to do is, I want you to concentrate on what I'm about, and then we're going to get to reflection. I woke myself up because we ain't got an alarm clock. Dug in the dirty clothes basket because ain't nobody washed my uniform. Brushed my hair and teeth in the dark because the lights ain't on. Even got my baby sister ready because mama wasn't home. Got us both to school on time to eat us a good breakfast. Then when I got to class, the teacher fussed at me because I ain't got a pencil. What words stuck out in that passage? Go ahead.
Fussing.
Say it again. Fussing. Nice, nice. What other words? Give me some words, thoughts. What stuck out? Pencil. Nice, nice, nice. What else? What else?
Brushing his teeth in the dark.
Yeah, he had to brush his teeth in the dark. Think about it. Keep going, keep going. Give me some thoughts. Go ahead.
He had to get his sister ready because his mom.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
I was gonna say something.
Okay. All right. Y'all listening. Y'all paying attention. Y'all some sharp scholars. I like that. And so you have to hear the passage. What the exercise does is it equips you to be able to sit with something and listen to something. Now, we're in a technology age. Everybody got a phone. So we're used to moving past stuff too quickly. And when you move past stuff too quickly, you miss the actual meaning. That's why I wanted you to hear it and sit with it. And you tell me what you receive from it. Not what I think you should receive from it, but what you actually receive from it. So this is how we're going to start building our community. Now, when you come into this space, when you come into a community space, you're coming into a space to make it better. So what does community building look like to students? What does this look like to students? I need students who understand empathy. We're gonna talk Black history. We're talking about people that persevered. We're talking about people that went through the struggle. We're talking about people, and what I tell people is this: it's embarrassing that y'all don't want to read and our ancestors died for wanting to do so. That's embarrassing. That we travel the country, Black boys are reading at 14% proficiency across the nation. So what that looks like is we go into schools and see boys 18 years old reading on a second grade reading level. Now, we talking Black history, we talking excellence. Somebody has dropped the ball on us being excellent. Somebody has dropped the ball on us being excellent. It's no way nationwide boys that look like y'all are reading at 14% proficiency. And you telling me we live in a country that's great? Right? So we're gonna talk Black history, we gotta talk real history. That's what's really going on. And so when you come in this space, I need you paying attention. When you go to school, I need you being alert. I need you, y'all come on in. I need you respecting the space, right? I need you doing all of these things because these things are critical to us building the classroom community that we want to see. Can anybody tell me what empathy means? Y'all ever heard the word empathy?
Showing people you respect them, care for them.
Yeah, I like my man Sharp right here. Showing empathy, walking in somebody else's shoes. What does it mean to come into a classroom space in which you learn to respect everybody in the space? I don't care if they short, I don't care if they tall, if you think they pretty, you think they ugly. When you walk into a classroom space, you respect everybody in the space. It's called respect. People die for respect every day somewhere in this country. Somebody dies for respect. Every day. And so empathy means you learn to walk in somebody else's shoes. So if I know bro having a hard time, you gotta be able to judge the room. You gotta be able to watch the room. You gotta learn to read the room. You see bro ain't having a good day, that may not be the day you need to go joke with him. Because you learn to watch. You learn to watch body language. You learn to watch. Like, bro having a hard time. Mama going through it, his daddy going through it. This ain't the day for me to do the stuff and crack the jokes. This is the day I need to say, hey, bro, I got your back. I know you're going through something, bro. We're going to get you through it. That's empathy. That's learning to watch. That's learning to watch the room, to read the body language. But y'all just come into rooms, you don't watch nothing, you don't look at nothing, you don't pay attention to nothing. All kind of stuff going on around you. That's why so many fights happen. She like, leave me alone today. You still. She just told you. You didn't listen. Now y'all suspended for 3 days because you're not paying attention. When you come into a community, remember, you're trying to make the community great. That is your only job, to come in and make the community a great space. Students control the temperature in the room. If you go over here and a thermometer was here and you could change the temperature in the room, you can make it get hot, you can make it get cold. That's what students do when they enter the room. You control if the room gonna be hot, if the room gonna be cold, if the room gonna be lukewarm. You control that. If you want a cool space, you create a cool space. If you want a chaotic space, you create a chaotic space. And we're seeing too many chaotic spaces. There's no reason for 13-year-old boys to be getting killed in this city. Somebody has created a chaotic space. That's a problem. Remember, he says somebody is giving you an identity that's not your own. Somebody is telling you a thug at 13. Fellas, you don't live in no hood. I've been to the hood. Tupelo is not the hood. You don't live there. I know every day you listen to something that's telling you hood, you in the hood, you living this rough life. If you got up and went to a refrigerator this morning, I can assure you don't live in the hood. We've spoken in places in Atlanta, Georgia, they don't even have windows on their house. They live in a space with no windows. So if it's cold outside, it's cold in the house. No running water. You don't live in the hood. Somebody is telling you to live a lifestyle that is not your own. And you dying behind it. Somebody has fooled you. They trick you. 21 Savage trick you. He ain't even from Atlanta. He from Britain. Look it up. They tricking you. It's entertainment. They get paid. But they'll tell you, I don't even let my son listen to my music. What? My son, they will rap a lyric that tell you to get a switch, go kill somebody, and then come back and say, I don't even let my son listen to my music. But they'll let you listen to it. Do y'all know how chaotic this is? I can't talk Black history without saying this because it's bothering me. It's chaotic. Somebody's selling you a life that's not your life. You got it good. Your mama get up and go to work. Your daddy go to work. You got it good. You got water. You got clothes. Y'all wearing Jordans. You got it good. 1933. Don't forget that. So the community space, we're talking Black history. What is your identity? Can't talk Black history without asking the question, what is your identity? Who are you outside of your extracurriculars? All right? We're going to look at 3 C's. Number 1 is control. Control what you can control. Now, this book right here is called The Pact. This book is about 3 brothers who lived in inner city New Jersey. And one of the roughest neighborhoods, they really lived in the hood, for real, in New Jersey. But they make a pact that one day they all gonna become doctors. Regardless of their circumstance, regardless of where they were raised, regardless of growing up in the hood, they decided we're gonna be doctors. So they make a pact with each other. And all 3 of these brothers are now doctors, have been doctors over 25 years. This would be a great book for you to read. I'm encouraging every student I talk to start reading. You have to read. I'm not talking about reading something on TikTok. I'm talking about getting your hands on an actual book. and reading, right? Because y'all know all the lyrics, all the songs. Y'all know all of that. Y'all know all the Sexy Red, all the Cardi B, all the 21 Savage, all the Future. Y'all know all of that. But if I say, what book have you read? Zero. And you're getting bypassed every day. Other students keep bypassing you. I cannot stress this enough how important it is for you to get on this. It's called the pack. What they did was they controlled what they could control. There are some things beyond your control. You can't control who your parents are. You can't control where you were born. You can't even control how you were raised. But what you can control is when you get to school, you pay attention. You sit in your seat. You ain't messing with the person beside you. You prepare for the day. You doing all the stuff you need to do to be successful. Guess who controls that? You control that. Nobody else controls that but you. You control that aspect. That's the first C. Second C is commitment. I need you to commit to something. I need you to find one goal that you can commit to. Everywhere I go, 98% of the students gonna tell me they want to go to the NFL or the NBA. Without fail. And what I'm saying is, 1 million boys start off playing high school sports. 6.2% play in college. 1.2% will ever go pro. So that means if 1 million boys started playing, by the end, only 700 will make pro. How many did I say started? 1 million. 700 make it. But you telling me you're gonna be one of the 700 and you do nothing extra. You're telling me that you're gonna be one of the 700 that make it out of 1 million. You don't put up no extra free throws. You don't stay out to practice. You don't get there early. My man Jason played on that level. He know the commitment it takes. But you telling me you're gonna be one of those 700, you do nothing extra. Kobe Bryant was the best on the team and he stayed 5 hours out to practice every day. How can the best man practice more than you and you the worst man? He's the best man on the team and he practiced 5 hours more than anybody else on the squad. And he's the best player. It takes commitment. How do we switch that to your everyday life? In your everyday life, you have to commit to something. Y'all don't commit to nothing. You just saying you want to make it. Make it where? Make it how? What's your game plan? You put in no extra work. You ain't reading. You ain't studying. They want to recruit you, but you got a 1.5 GPA because you playing when you go to school. They can't even come get you if they wanted to because you're not putting in the work. A phone is for more than recording fights and watching TikTok. A phone is an actual university. When you hold a phone, you're holding an actual university in your hand. You can look up anything you want to look up with this phone. It's for more than recording a fight. You're actually holding a powerful tool in your hand. I need you to commit to something. Don't just tell me you're going to go to the NBA. I don't believe you. Don't just tell me you're going to go to the NFL. I don't believe you. Your work ethic tells me it ain't happening. Your attitude tells me it ain't happening. You don't listen to your coach. You mad all the time. But you telling me you're going to be one of the 700 that make it out of 1 million without putting nothing extra into the game. How does that happen? The worst man on the NBA bench will bust your tail right now. The guy that sit on the end of the bench is way better than you. And he don't even get in the game. He sit on the end of the bench, he'll give you 40 points right now. Y'all think he'll scrub because he'll get in the game. The worst man will give you 40 today. So you have to commit to something. So we're talking about control, we're talking about commitment. Character is your currency. That's the third C. Character is your, what's character?
Personality. It's your third.
Say it again?
It's your third.
I can't hear you.
It's your third.
It's your third.
It's your third C.
Third C, yeah. What does that mean though? What does it mean?
It's your personality.
Your personality, okay? All right. So what does it mean when I say character is your currency? What does that mean?
Like, it means like you can't get nowhere if you don't got good character.
Come on. What does character look like in a school community? If I put my phone down, you don't take my phone. I see somebody getting bullied, I don't join in and help bully the person. Do you know what bullying somebody can get you? Somebody bring a gun to school, kill all of y'all. See, when you push people over the edge, you don't know what they gonna do. Y'all think it's funny. When you push bro over the edge, you don't know that he may show up tomorrow and shoot up the whole place. You don't know. But once again, I told you in the beginning, y'all don't watch. You don't pay attention to body language. You don't see what bro he ain't in a good mood today. I may not need to mess with him. He could have something going on at home. His parents getting divorced. He saw his parents fight last night. You don't know. So when he shows up in the communal space, treat him with respect. Remember, this is a community. You are in a community. And so those are the 3 C's. And we're almost done. So there's a concept called Ubuntu, which is an African word that means I am because we are. In a communal space, I am because we are. See, we're in a country that operates under brash capitalism, which means most people gonna operate under brash individualism because everybody chasing the bag. You've been taught that. Just chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag. But who's gonna teach us how to actually build community? Stuff that actually matters. People got the bag already with no character. Matter of fact, there's too many people with the bag, but they have no character. They have no integrity. So when you get it, you have to operate different. You have to operate with character, with integrity, understanding that character is your actual currency. I am because we are. You are not an island. You need the support of people around you. You need your community, you need your parents, you need your mentors, you need your teachers, you need those up here at the POW, you need the coaches. Everybody makes you who you are. I am because we are. Always remember that. Always remember that. So, just a few more examples. I want to introduce you, once again, when I talked about miseducation in real time, I ain't even gonna ask you if you ever heard of Mr. A.G. Gasson, because I know you ain't, right? Just look like our grandfather. When this man dies, he's worth $100 million. Born in the late 1800s, started working in coal mines. So what does he do? He starts selling plate lunches to his fellow co-workers. From there, he builds the Gaston funeral home. From there, he builds the Gaston motel. From there, he builds the Gaston insurance company. When this man dies, he's worth $100 million. This man right here, this old man right here. But you're not going to be taught about him in school. They ain't going to tell you about Mr. A.G. Gaston. They'll tell you about Bill Gates. They'll tell you about Elon Musk. They ain't going to show you, they not going to show you a guy that look like your granddaddy. Somebody you can actually relate to. $100 million. Mr. A.G. Gaston, the Black Titan. You would not know about him unless you're actually a person that read. Ain't nobody gonna introduce you to him. Can't find this in Barnes and Noble. Can't go to the mall and get this. The Black Titan. Post-traumatic slave syndrome, Dr. Jordan Grew. If you wonder why we act the way we act, why we do the things we do, post-traumatic slave syndrome. All of this is explained. Right? All this is going on. And so I want y'all to read. I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to really understand that character is your currency. Look, this is my Black History Talk. I don't just come in and talk about Rosa Parks, Dr. King. Y'all know that. Y'all heard that already. I gotta reach you at a deeper level, right? Because I see in real time the preschool to prison pipeline. Not just the school, preschool to prison pipeline. You're being shipped straight to prison from school. Because if you can't read by the time you're in 8th grade, studies show you're gonna drop out. When you drop out, you hanging in the street. When you hang in the street, you doing something illegal. When you do something illegal, you know where you're going. It is a constant cycle, constant circle. And so that's what I want to leave y'all with. I want to leave y'all with this quote. Dr. Howard Thurman, whose mentor, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is more people that have come alive. When I'm looking at y'all, I'm seeing young people that are alive. Really, to be honest, y'all are the only ones that give me hope for society, period. Y'all talking to students is the only thing that really gives me hope. Because talking to people my age and above, sometimes I feel like we doomed talking to that age group. But when I see y'all, I get hope. Because I believe again. And I can see y'all brilliance, y'all ingenuity, I can see y'all creativity, and it makes me believe again. And so, as Howard Thurman says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Whatever makes you come alive as a young person, go do that. If it's sports, if it's starting a business, a clothing line, whatever it is, go do it. And if you go rap, be the best at it. Stop being terrible at it. If you're going to do something, be the best at it. We tired of mediocre stuff. Always given to us. We got to settle all the time with some mediocre stuff all the time. They just give us anything. Be the best at it. Whatever it is you're going to do, be the best at it. I want to be the best speaker I can be. The best. How do I do that? I got to read. I got to study. I got to know who's in my lane. Who are the top speakers? Who out here? Who's saying what? How do they say it? What audience do they have? Then I got to walk in my own uniqueness. What makes me great? How can I get students to pay attention and look forward and take in everything I'm saying? And they be like, man, we done brought all kind of people in here. They don't even pay attention. How you do it? I've been putting time into the craft. I know what to say to reach you. I put time into it. And so with that, I'm gonna leave you right there. But listen, y'all have been great. Listen, go out and do something great with your life and stop letting people fool you into living a life that ain't yours. It's entertainment. Please hear me. It's entertainment. It ain't real. It ain't real. Carter G. Woodson, 1933. Thank y'all. God bless you.